You know, I thought his opening remarks would have given him an opportunity to summarize for us, senators, what the case for the county assembly is, so that he sets the stage for us to make a following. In terms of the objections that he has, when the time comes for that evidence to be adduced by the deputy governor, maybe he could raise his objection. But he should utilize, with tremendous respect to him, the opening remarks to summarize for us, because we just want to know, to have a glimpse of the case that is facing the deputy governor. And you have guided him. Maybe we should also advise him that it's good you take the ruling of the speaker as a guidance for you, so that you follow and you make these proceedings simpler for us to follow.
Yeah, Senator Sifuna.
Mr. Speaker, with the greatest respect to all the senior counsel who have spoken before me, I believe that this is a quasi-judicial proceeding, and the counsel for the Assembly is very much in order to require that a ruling be made on the preliminary requests. The only thing I fault them for is being too verbose on a very simple request. A request has been made pursuant to Rule 10 of these proceedings, that a witness be summoned by this House. We need to make a decision after hearing, of course, from the team for the Deputy Governor on whether there's going to be any prejudice if this gentleman called David Hagai Oyagi is summoned. That is a matter that has to be dispensed with before we hear opening remarks. Mr. Speaker, the second request is expunging of certain paragraphs that are being claimed not to be relevant. That's all this council needed to say, without going into too many stories, because we would want to get into the meat of the argument. But, Honorable Speaker, preliminary matters must be dealt with at the preliminary point, so that it will set the tone on what we are going to hear and what we are not going to hear. So I request that the House makes a determination on the request to summon this gentleman, and if it is after hearing the counsel for the Deputy Governor, then we move. Then we make a decision on the other question, whether we want to expunge those paragraphs now, or we wait until we see the irrelevance, then we expunge them at that particular point. That is the guidance that I wanted to give the House, Mr. Speaker, and I thank you for the opportunity.
Senator Fernandi.
Mr. Speaker, I agree largely with my colleagues who have spoken before me. We needed to either we allow the councils for the county assembly to make opening remarks, but I thought, Mr. Speaker, as the tradition